Okay guys, so now that you've taken your photos, your videos, recorded anything that you needed to do for the look, went out spooking, like all that fun stuff, it's time to remove the makeup. Started prep for this removal process. So glasses gotta go. So to remove the prosthetic, at this point you're gonna need a type of remover. And that depends on what you used. Normally with spirit gum, there's spirit gum remover. With Pros-Aid, there is Pros-Aid remover, but there is also IPM, which is isopropyl myristate. Now that we're ready, we're gonna go in with this IPM and some Q-tips. Sort of drown the Q-tip in the remover and start going along the area where you applied the prosthetic. It's gonna start to break down the adhesive, so you can go ahead and lift to kind of get up in there to get the product inside the prosthetic. Now, one thing I'm going to make very clear. Never, ever, ever rip the prosthetic off. Ever. Never do that. Never pull at it without the remover. You never want to, even if it's barely hanging on by a strand. I don't care if your actor, your model, even you have sweated the whole thing off and it's barely hanging on. You use remover for that last bit, because when you go to yank it off, you can damage the skin and you can cause irritation, redness, and it can be harmful to yourself and your actor. So always use the remover. Just be patient, all right? Just work at it little by little. I'm up in this prosthetic, just twisting the Q-tip, kind of saturating the whole area. It doesn't take too long to start breaking down the adhesive, so just go with it, be patient. It's not worth messing up your skin just to get it off. So we're just working in little bits here, just kind of slowly going by. So I'm keeping it lifted away so that there is slight tension, but I'm not ripping it off. Just kind of going in, letting the product do its thing. It also breaks down the airbrush paint really nicely, so you don't have to go in with a second remover necessarily for that. But it also depends on what you're painting with. If you're using a water-based paint, then you can use water to take it off. With this particular alcohol water hybrid, you're gonna want something oil based. You don't want to use alcohol to remove it because it's just gonna dry out your skin and it's just gonna dry out the paint as well, and it's gonna make it you're gonna be spending a minute trying to get it off. So definitely go with something oil based. Anything oil is gonna break down that alcohol paint. Yeah, so we're still going in, and already we've made quite a bit of progress in the last couple of minutes. So again, just being patient, work little by little. Another thing I'm doing here is going in with a cotton ball and just kind of saturating it in the IPM remover to kind of get a large area started. Kind of helps the process along a little bit faster. Just making sure I'm soaking all the edges of where the prosthetic is to just kind of get the process started in those areas. You want to be careful when you do use heavily saturated cotton balls like this that you don't get product like in your eyes, so just be careful with stuff like that. Going back in with the Q-tip to kind of get those under areas going. Going in little circular motions, just working the product away from the skin. And there we go. Prosthetic is removed. We're looking extra crazy, somehow crazier than before, but we got it off. So now I'm going back in with the cotton ball just to kind of get all of the areas of leftover adhesive that is still on my face. This is also breaking down that airbrush paint really nicely. Mostly because it's got that oil base to it, so it's really kind of doing a 2-in-1. It's removing the adhesive and taking the paint off at the same time. Going in, getting that fake blood off. Looking so pretty like this. At this point, I'm going to go in with a paper towel because it's going to have a little more texture to it. Something to kind of pick up all of those gooey bits kind of sitting on the face. If you also have piercings like I do, please be careful not to go crazy with your paper towel, cotton ball. Don't want to snag something and rip it out. So at this point, I feel like I've gotten a good amount of the product off. I'm going in with a towel, just something that has a little more fiber material to it, so it can pick up all of those little bits on my face and just kind of get everything. Getting all of the under neck stuff, kind of going back in with the paper towel that had a little more product on it to kind of melt all that away. And yeah, that's about it. So I can now walk back into my house and not look like a crazy person. Also, notice I still have my eyebrows because we were careful with the adhesive. We didn't put latex in them. So again, another tip, never put latex. But yeah, again, IPM, that's what I use to get all this off. Don't use alcohol on alcohol paint. Doesn't work. It's just gonna dry your skin out. Now I can go into the shower and not destroy it. But thank you guys. See you later.